What accounts for the phenomenon of highly emotionally intelligent and spiritually attuned individuals emerging from the most dysfunctional familial environments? Why does it seem that the greater the depth of your sensitivity, the more you encounter rejection from those who are meant to love you? These experiences are not mere coincidences. They serve as initiations. In this video, we will delve into the reasons why resilient individuals emerge from dysfunctional family environments, approaching the topic not with a sense of blame, but rather through the framework of depth psychology, trauma healing, and the profound insights of Carl Jung regarding individuation and the shadow self. We shall examine the ways in which experiencing emotional turmoil during one's formative years can serve as a catalyst for the awakening of the soul. The role of the black sheep within the family often holds profound spiritual significance, and the experience of pain, when approached with awareness, can transform into a formidable teacher on the spiritual journey. We will also explore the implications of liberating oneself from inherited patterns and examine ways to maintain spiritual grounding in contexts that do not foster personal development. Upon concluding this video, you will possess a more profound comprehension of your journey, your struggles, and, most significantly, your overarching purpose. Prior to commencing, kindly ensure that you subscribe to the Mental Dose channel and become a member of our Telegram community, where you will receive early access to new videos and profound insights on personal and spiritual development. Let us commence our endeavor. Carl Jung posited that the family transcends mere comfort. It serves as the initial psychological and spiritual landscape we must traverse, often emerging as the first arena of conflict. In a dysfunctional family system, children frequently find themselves assigned roles that hinder their genuine growth and development. The perceptive child may be described as theatrical. The one guided by intuition is overlooked. The purveyor of truth faces disgrace. Jung referred to these internalized roles as complexes, describing them as wounds of the psyche that remain unconscious until they are brought to the surface. However, this is where the process becomes transformative. Jung did not perceive these initial wounds as failures. Rather, he regarded them as invitations. The tumultuous environment into which you entered was not designed for your demise. Rather, it served as the catalyst necessary to elicit the true essence of your being. Within families where veracity is shunned, you are the one capable of perceiving it. In a framework constructed upon deception, your consciousness emerged as the initial illumination piercing through. As we progress, it is essential to recognize that growth does not emerge from a place of security. Rather, it arises from the interplay of differences. For numerous individuals, this interplay sparks a subtle, enduring quest. When affection appears contingent and security seems precarious, the mind starts to seek connections outside the familial sphere. This is a realm where numerous spiritually aware individuals recount a sense of distinctiveness, even in their childhood, akin to ancient souls inhabiting youthful forms. It is not mere fantasy. It represents a psychological adaptation. The essence begins to align itself with a pursuit transcending mere human validation. Intuitive insight, creative vision, and harmonious alignment with the spiritual realm. What may appear as isolation from an external perspective frequently marks the commencement of an internal journey, one that ultimately guides us towards self-recollection. Many individuals perceive trauma as an experience to be eliminated. However, within the realms of depth psychology and spiritual practice, trauma is not regarded as the conclusion of one's narrative. It marks the inception of a more profound journey. Contemporary thinkers such as Dr. Gabor Mate and Bessel van der Kolk have illuminated the ways in which early emotional suffering can sever our connection to our true selves. However, Jung advanced the notion that when trauma is confronted with awareness, it catalyzes the profound inner exploration towards achieving wholeness. Growing up in a dysfunctional family frequently necessitates an early examination of reality. One becomes emotionally astute, compelled to pose inquiries that others are reluctant to confront. This heightened awareness is not a form of dysfunction. This marks the commencement of your personal development journey. While many drift through established norms, you were destined to rise with the dawn. The suffering you endured did not set you apart. Rather, it illuminated your consciousness. This heightened awareness marks the initial phase of the soul's journey back to its essence. From this awareness, we transition into purposeful action. Let us delve into the intricacies of this awakening as it manifests within the unconventional and the revered outsider. Within every dysfunctional family, there exists an individual who is marginalized, not in a physical sense, but emotionally. This person is often the one who probes too deeply, experiences feelings with great intensity, and resists societal norms. That individual is not lacking in strength. In Aeon John terms, they are bearing the familial shadow. The shadow, as I have articulated, represents the aspects of the psyche that are repressed and unacknowledged. Families often direct their projections onto the most aware member, designating them as the scapegoat. However, this should not be perceived as a form of punishment. It is a profound endeavor, for to embrace the shadow is simultaneously to perceive it with clarity. Such clarity serves as a catalyst for transcending the cycle. This individual emerges as the inaugural member of the lineage who possesses the capacity to make alternative choices, not through coercion, but through deliberate awareness. You are not destined to conform. You are intended to unveil that which others lack the fortitude to face. Before we proceed, if this video is aiding you in gaining clarity, contemplate sharing it with someone who may benefit from it. Should you wish to endorse this type of reflective content, you may click the gratitude button below. Your assistance is genuinely invaluable. Let us proceed further. Upon recognizing the facade of familial roles, a significant transformation occurs. You take ownership of your narrative. The initial step in this reclamation frequently involves establishing a boundary. In detrimental environments, boundaries are perceived as acts of defiance. However, they fundamentally represent the essence of individual identity. When you start to decline, not out of animosity, but from a place of understanding, you are not rejecting love. Instead, you are gravitating toward your own core. This is where Jung's notion of individuation manifests. It is not merely a process of detachment from others. Rather, it involves achieving a state of inner completeness. From this sense of wholeness, the need for validation from those who have previously withheld it diminishes. You no longer internalize the projections of individuals who have yet to confront their own traumas. You are no longer accessible to the burdens of guilt masquerading as loyalty. During this phase, sensitivity transforms into wisdom. Empathy transforms into discernment, guiding your soul to lead not through reaction, but through presence. We now reach the ultimate threshold, where healing evolves into legacy. Jung posited that the self comes into being solely through engagement with the unconscious. Having navigated the complexities of emotional exile, spiritual gaslighting, or the burdens of generational shame, you have already traversed a significant trial. Yet, this is not the conclusion. Rather, it marks the commencement of a new journey imbued with purpose. Your suffering has equipped you for an existence that transcends mere survival. It has shaped you into a model for a novel approach to life. Your decision to reject inherited dysfunction transcends mere personal healing. It represents a significant stride towards collective evolution. Healing was never intended to occur in solitude. As you fully embrace your authentic self, you naturally align with others who seek that same resonance. Your narrative transforms into a remedy. Even in the absence of an apology from those who have caused you pain, your tranquility remains independent of their acknowledgement. You have already disrupted the continuity. Your purpose is not to replicate the cycle. Instead, You are meant to conclude it through awareness, understanding, and compassion. If you have reached this point, understand this. You are not flawed. You are not lagging behind. You are not excessive. You find yourself precisely in the location your essence has sought to inhabit. Your experiences have not rendered you unworthy. Rather, they have equipped you for what lies ahead. The decision now rests in your hands. Will you elevate yourself, not solely for your own benefit, but for the future generations? If this message strikes a chord with you, please share your thoughts in the comments below, reflecting on the aspects of your journey that you are reclaiming. Subscribe to Mental Dose for additional insights on spiritual awakening, shadow work, and emotional healing. Additionally, please remember to become a member of the Telegram community. Your journey holds profound significance. Your existence is essential, and your enlightenment is already influencing the world around us. We acknowledge your presence, we hold you in high regard, and we traverse this journey in unison.